Alright, and we're back with another one of these Spelunky games. Hope you guys are liking these. I'm picking the sombrero dude. I asked my wife before I started recording, like, well, what should I talk about during these? And she goes, I don't know. Don't you talk about the game and stuff? Or don't you have anything interesting to talk about? Hang on, I'm gonna wait for the Ouroboros figure to stop spinning. And I was like, how about birds? And like, crows, because they're especially smart. And she just looked at me, and then she turned her gaze away, like she averted her gaze, as though she were looking for someone else in the room to make eye contact with, to share how ludicrous what I'd said was. As though birds were so uninteresting, and it would be obvious to almost everyone. Now she's giggling, I don't know if you can hear her, but... like, do you know in The Office, like, especially in the early seasons, I guess it's throughout the show, in the American version at least, when, like, anything happens where Michael Scott acts strange, and then Jim or Pam, those characters will look at the camera as though, like, they need to share the misery of their lives with someone in order to make it through another dreadful day. That's the sort of look that she gave me. Or didn't give me. She gave someone else. There was no one else in the room, but she looked, hoping that there would be. Some third party, an angel, a deity, someone to witness how ridiculous it was that I thought I would talk about birds.
Now I feel justified because you're talking about it now.
She says that she feels justified because of how much time I've spent talking about it. This floor sucked. 5,900? Okay, we'll definitely take that ruby. But, man, like, the worst part about all of this is that, like, the first thing I want to do is just talk about birds. Now, anyway, so I'm going to. Some people say that, you know, dinosaurs became birds. Those people are wrong because birds are a type of dinosaur. That's the first thing. So if you think that there aren't dinosaurs around, you're wrong. Like, Jurassic Park has a way, at least the movie, probably not the book. I don't think I've read the book. I read maybe the children's novelization of the film when I was little. I remember reading that on the porch of my grandma's house, but that's beside the point. Jurassic Park has a way of misrepresenting the relationship there, because, like, they act like, first of all, it's like a controversy, like Alan Grant is some rogue paleontologist because he thinks that dinosaurs became birds. Well, if he thought that in those words, yeah, people would think he was an idiot, because dinosaurs didn't become birds. Birds are a type of dinosaur.
How did you pull his name out of your ass?
Becky is asking me how I remember the name of Dr. Alan Grant. Well, I collected a lot of Jurassic Park trading cards when I was younger. She's laughing. I had some of the holographic special cards, like velociraptors on them. Anyway. Oh my god. She's gonna file for divorce soon, almost assuredly. This video this will end up in court. A divorce lawyer will just, like, play this in front of a judge, and then the judge will look at me and be like, divorce granted, you owe her alimony. Oh my god, was there like a web there? Now I have to use a rope to get that key. That's asinine. Anyway. So,
get an alimony because all you do is play video games.
And now she says, I won't even get an alimony because all you do is play video games. Well, and talk about birds, apparently. I don't talk about birds that much. Only, like, I shouldn't say that now because I did spend a large amount of time earlier today talking about birds. Okay, there's a context to this, okay? So don't look at me like that, viewer. You don't know me. Stop judging me. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so, anyway, let me finish my Jurassic Park train of thought. Let's get back on that train, which is quickly sailing. Son of a bitch. Anyway, oh my god, there's a bomb there? What are the odds of that? Anyway, Jurassic Park train of thought.
Pretty high. We're playing Spelunky. What are you talking about?
What do you mean? I'm not... Stop commenting, Peanut Gallery. I know what I'm doing. Killing a bat. Okay. Bats, I believe, are in the order Chiroptera. Or is that a family? I don't remember. We're gonna go down here and we're gonna get this, this crate. So in Jurassic Park, they act like Alan Grant is some, like, rogue paleontologist for believing this, you know, dinosaur theory that probably, while true, you know, is just a little bit goofy for most paleontologists. Well, it's well accepted at the very least that theropod dinosaurs are closely related to birds, and either their sister taxa or all birds are theropod dinosaurs. It's been a little bit since I've looked at this, so my facts might not be the most immediate, but it's relatively uncontroversial. And the movie sort of acts like, look, those birds, dinosaurs became them. As like they're going away in the helicopter at the end, and Dennis Nedry had just screwed around getting hit by a spitter. And I don't think they really know whether that dinosaur spit stuff or not. I think that was hypothetical. But anyway, this is all to say that the movie acts like dinosaurs became birds, and not that birds are a type of dinosaur. So now let's talk about birds. This is originally what I was going to talk about, because it's interesting, and birds are cool. I was watching videos earlier today, and there's like some like Albertan construction worker or truck driver or whatever. Oh my god, almost just died there. What was he doing? He wasn't screwing up like I was just doing. Let's see if I can be greedy and get the spider to come over. Oh, come on. I'm going to try and jump on top of the spider in a second and use it to leverage myself up there. Yes! That worked, but now this thing's going to hit me. It's not worth it. I'm just getting the hell out of there. So much time, so much talk. So, what the hell was I talking about? Birds. Yeah, so essentially, birds are awesome, and there was this Albertan, like, construction worker or truck driver that, like, put a meatball on top of his rearview mirror, or one of his mirrors, and then he was like, hey, ravens, come up here and try to get this meatball. And then they totally figured out, like, how to land on it. I want those climbing gloves. God, this has been, like, insane. Tons has happened on this level. I just haven't been, like, paying attention. Oh my god. Is that spider really... This is a bad situation. Why do I always get into these situations? Okay. It's probably because I'm talking so much about birds. Whoa! Spider. Okay. Oh, screw that guy. So, corvids, like jays, ravens, and, I'm just gonna mine that scorpion. Jays, ravens, and crows. Corvidae is the family of passerines, passeriformes, I think that's what it is, are the order. But, they're really smart, and they can, like, problem solve, and they play and invent their own tools. And so they do a lot of cool stuff like that. And I was watching some videos of corvids doing things, and one of them was this asshole bird who was untying this guy's shoe. And after he was untying his shoe, he would try to take this guy's frying pan that had, like, some kind of fatty substance in it. So, god damn it. I really want to go in there and get those climbing gloves. So what I don't know is why this guy had a frying pan outside with him with a fatty substance in it. Maybe he was using it to taunt the birds. Am I going to be able to do this? Yes. Okay, so that was stressful, and I think the only reason I got through it was because I was talking about lovely, lovely birds. Yeah. So, well, that was cool. Bunch of arrow traps fired. We got spring shoes. That's awesome. Can jump an extra square up. This looks like a snake pit. There's tons of good stuff in here. But anyway, so these birds were basically... This bird, it's like crow, was being a real jerk and untying this guy's shoe repeatedly. And after he got done untying his shoe, or he would go back down to tie his shoe, and then the crow would try to steal this, like, frying pan that he had in his hand. And it was just awesome to watch, and he did it, like, a bunch of different times. You can tell, like, the crow was, like, trying to figure out how best to maneuver to get the frying pan, and just wasn't quite smart enough to realize that the person was just going to let him keep doing that as long as it kept being funny. So I guess, you know, crows aren't, like, the most brilliant creatures in the world, not like, man, the most dangerous game. Actually, Spelunky's the most dangerous game. But, what am I trying to say? Oh god, I almost got hit by that thing. I don't even know if I needed to come up here. I probably could have just climbed, so that was a waste of a rope, but, you know, worse things have happened. We're going back up here to see what's going on. Oh cool, spider and a bat. That's what's going on up here. So that's not very exciting. There's that arrow trap down there. I kind of feel like I should take care of that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so basically the moral of the story is that crows are awesome, and my wife is like giving me the eyes like, this guy is, something wrong with him. Something wrong with his brain.
You better link to those YouTube videos, otherwise people are going to think nuts.
They're not gonna think I'm nuts. The crow was, he was untying his shoe.
I just said link to the YouTube video.
Link to the YouTube video? I don't know where it is now. It was like a couple foreigners too. Foreigners. No, that sounds so racist. A couple people who were not speaking English. They were probably in their own country and not foreigners. They were probably in their own motherland.
Motherland? Yeah. That sounds better, AJ.
Well, okay, so they were in their own nation state, city-state. I don't know where the hell they were, but there was a crow that was being a real dick untying his shoe. That's the end of the story, and it was cool. And it reminds me also of Alex the Gray Parrot, whom my wife invoked earlier today. Alex the Gray Parrot was considered to be like one of the smartest African gray parrots. And like, so there was this, you know, like animal behavior expert, ethologist, or bird expert, I don't know, or cognitive scientist, I don't know what she was exactly, but like the bird would say to her every night, I love you and I'll see you tomorrow. And then like the night before it died, and nobody had predicted that it was going to die, I'm probably getting the story all wrong, but the gist of it, I don't know. You should be able to get the gist of it. Is that, where the hell's the dog? Oh, okay, it's with a couple of cavemen. Whoa, I don't want to hold that guy. I want to hold the dog. That's what she said? No. Anyway, so the African gray parrot was like, instead of saying, I love you and I'll see you tomorrow, it said, I love you, and then didn't say, I'll see you tomorrow. Watch what happens here. Yeah, that happened. And so, then it died. And people think that the bird, like, people think, I don't know who these people are. Some would say, that, I just didn't want to waste a rope. So much greed. What do you...
Did the bird keep saying I love you? Which is what was weird?
No, I think it was that night it said, instead of saying, like, I love you, I'll see you tomorrow, it just said, I love you, and then she might have been like, the doctor might have been like, are you going to see me tomorrow, Alex? And he was just like, I don't have anything to say to that. I don't know exactly. Oh my god! Oh, down to 1 health. Okay. So I could have taken the dog and put it on that altar and gotten a Kapala. That was a little... Actually, there's been a lot of loose stuff, because I'm busy thinking about frickin' Alex the Parrot. But this parrot was, like, so smart that it could, like, solve differential equations.
So let me explain the real story, because it's not...
You're gonna have to talk louder into that microphone.
Okay, it's much more heartbreaking than AJ's making it out to be. So Alex the Parrot could, like, speak back, like, as if he were actually... I mean, I think he was actually conversing. And she would say, I love you, every night. He'd say, I love you. And then he said, see you tomorrow. And then so, but the night, like, before he died, he kept saying, I love you more than usual.
I don't think that... Fuck!
Yeah.
No, I died. I'm not mad at you.
I know, but that's what you said happened. She said, I love you, like twice. And then she goes, see you tomorrow, and he just didn't respond. And then the next day...
It is heartbreaking.
It is, and then the next day, like, the scientist came back in, and, like, he was dead. But, like, the really sad part was that, like he was considered, like, the most intelligent, like, bird, or whatever it was, like, ever. And, he would, like, communicate really, really well, and he could do math. And they had worked with this parrot for, like, what, like, 20 years?
I don't know. They were, like, best buds.
I just called it a parrot. I don't actually know what it was.
It was an African gray parrot.
Okay, yeah, so they worked with this parrot for a long, long time.
See, birds are neat. You were acting like I was stupid for thinking birds are cool, and here you are telling a heartbreaking story of staggering bird genius.
It's because it's about love. It's not because it's about birds.
It's about birds and it's about love. Aren't they really the same?
No, because if it were a dog or a dolphin, it would just be as sad. Like, the fact that it's a bird doesn't really make a difference.
I'm trying to figure out what's against the YouTube terms of service, but there's this other interesting story that I read online about a guy who would have sex with dolphins. I don't know where it is anymore. It was like on one of those like old GeoCities pages that looks like it was designed by someone who had a mental handicap. Is that offensive? This is a teleporter. This is kind of a scary item because you can like totally Star Trek teleport right into the middle of a wall and die. But we'll, since we're busy talking about cool stuff like Alex the Parrot, I might as well play this shit fast and loose.
Anyway, so this guy like wrote this entire like.
What are you doing? You're opening packages right next to the microphone?
I'm eating. But like he
Yeah, we can go in there.
He had this
fuck!
Entire website that was devoted to like how to seduce a dolphin, and was talking about his own bestiality essentially. I mean, there's no judgment there, whatever. But seriously.
The guy claimed that the sex with the dolphins, and they were male and female dolphins, he claimed that it was completely consensual.
Right, and he was like talking about like the steps he would take to like seduce them, like and that like they would turn over and he would like rub their bellies.
He's like, I'm not sure if this applies to all dolphins. Like there was something creepily honest and genuine about the whole thing, and like while it was creepy, like it was like, hey. You gotta be careful with these dolphins because they're lovely creatures and you don't want to, use them. Oh, that sucked.
Yeah, it was weird. He kept talking about, like, how beautiful they were.
Well, I mean, dolphins are pretty cool.
I mean, they're not... I mean, it is the case that they're cool, but, it was, like... It was, like, this weirdly obsessive thing, and he kept talking about, like, how... Like,
well, the purpose of his entire website was to talk about dolphin sex, so maybe he did other things in his spare time.
Like, I'm not kidding. It was like reading soft porn, but like...
It was not like that at all.
Yes, it was. He was talking about how he was like stroking them and like...
He didn't seem to be doing it for erotic value. If
I were to actually like repeat what I had read about this, I would violate YouTube's terms of service, and I don't
know. I don't think it...
I remember like deliberate lines... That like if I were to repeat them, it would be so bad for you.
Yeah, don't do that. I mean,
like it was pretty much like softcore porn.
I disagree with that assessment. I'm
gonna tell you later what I remember from that, and you're gonna be like, oh yeah.
I agree that things were explicit, but I thought it was written in a borderline scientific perspective. I like the way that it was described. Like, saying words like penis and vagina, those things are okay. They aren't intrinsically pornographic. They're scientific terms for bodily organs that are in all mammals and some other vertebrates. Maybe even some invertebrates. I don't know if they call those... I doubt that invertebrates have vaginas. And whatever. Anyway. Oh my god. What am I trying to say here? Why have there been so many, like, crates? I've just been tempted to blow all these up. Oh, great. So I can repeat the events of last time and by teleporting myself into a wall. Yeah, I don't think that it was intended for erotic value. And he basically said, like, just take them into the shallows. And, they're the ones who initiate contact, and you should make sure that they're consenting. And I'm not sure how you can make sure that a dolphin consents to sex. Oh my god. Like, realistically, I wouldn't know how to do that. I assume that this guy couldn't be sure that they were consenting, so... Anyway. It was at least a curiosity. I showed the website to my undergraduate thesis advisor at the time. Okay. I'm not sharing that part of it.
I told you. It's something you can't share, but it was actually on the website.
Okay. I didn't... Why do you remember that? I don't remember that. I was the one who found the website.
Because it was
I wasn't, like, Google searching for this.
Because it was, like, the most vivid thing that he said. It was like reading a Danielle Steele novel or something. It was absolutely... It was, like...
Isn't it Danielle Steele?
I don't know. Like, but the point being, like... it was still, it was bizarre. And if I were to repeat it, that's what I'm telling you, is that, like, your YouTube channel
I don't,
would be
see,
totally revoked.
I think you could, no, I think you could probably say that.
I'm not gonna say that.
Fuck! I just... crushed into a fine paste. This sucks. Okay, this time we're gonna be fucking serious. We're gonna kick some ass at Spelunky. I can't focus on it. I'm thinking about dolphins. In a completely unerotic way. God damn, this has been a, it's been a remarkable, this is just gonna crush that. No reason to press it, or to push it.
So really what we're saying is AJ should have been an ethologist, if he were smart. As opposed to...
I should have been an animal sexpert.
Actually, okay, here's a funny story. AJ and I, okay, so we went to college together. And we took this, we were both biology majors. And we took this course on, like, it was honors evolution. And we had to create our own project. And the project, you know, everybody chose a normal project, like a semi-normal project.
That's not
AJ,
entirely true.
Hold on. But AJ decided...
AJ, shut up.
AJ decided that he was going to investigate homosexuality within penguin populations.
No, it wasn't
It was-
homosexuality. It was male-male sex acts among penguins. You don't want to politicize the penguins.
I'm not trying to...
You're over-politicizing the penguins.
I'm not judging, like, the fact that, that's, like, a thing. I'm just saying...
I did develop the portmanteau. Gangwins, though.
Anyway, this isn't a slight.
I'm getting that rock up there.
I swear to God, this isn't a slight.
No, we're not judging what anybody chooses or feels compelled to do with their bodies and other people.
It was just the fact that, like, seriously, other people were choosing things like, how do... Mine was, like, on, like, alligators and the fact that there were, like...
They were not alligators. They were another type of reptile.
Okay, whatever. And the fact that, like, sex, like, the sex of the alligator, the reptile, were a lot of reptiles.
Oh, shit!
Are themselves determined by temperature changes.
Yeah, so,
And
like,
I was looking at the effect of climate change on, like sex differentiation and, like, how that would, like, I don't know, potentially change the way in which...
What you're saying is what, like a completely better topic to study than why male penguins have sex with other male penguins from a, like, an evolutionary perspective? And why they pair bond with other male penguins? Monogamously?
Well, mine was very relevant and interesting. Yours was way more interesting, but totally... I mean, it wasn't irrelevant. It was just... When you had to present in front of the class... Like, it was...
I presented it very seriously.
Which was the best part about it, right?
Okay, so this is like a compliment in the end? Didn't see that coming. Son of a bitch, I keep getting hit by stuff. For some reason I'm unable to focus.
Because you kept using the word gangwin.
I did not use gangwins in front of the class.
But everybody knew that's what you had been talking about it so much during the semester, because of the semester-long project, that, like no one could take you seriously.
Wouldn't you call them gangwins too?
No, I feel that's derogatory.
Well, I'm not even sure if I believe in sexuality as a permanent force in people's lives. As in, maybe the Foucauldian... Oh, son of a bitch, that scorpion. This camera sucks. This item sucks. It doesn't suck. It's just really mediocre.
This doesn't pertain to, like, any sort of, like, judgment about human... whatever.
No, we're talking about this from a scientific perspective.
But it's absolutely impossible to, like, not, like, at least question the sincerity of your project.
Well, I couldn't think of anything to do, and I read about gay penguins on the news, and I was like, that's interesting.
This probably reveals too much, but, like, we were at a university where there was the Kinsey Institute, and
This reveals too much.
It reveals. I don't know, like, how much you reveal your personality.
I don't know how much I do either, but I don't mind if people...
Okay, so we're at the university where there's where the Kinsey Institute is located, and if you don't know who that is, like, you should, I don't know, there's a movie about it. But, like, so we...
Liam Neeson.
So we,
Oscar Schindler.
Right. So we went to the Kinsey Institute, and I remember accompanying AJ because I totally wanted to see it. but it was like on lockdown. You had to have all
this library
special,
is weird.
You had to have this like special permission to actually like go in there, and everything was like locked, and they had to go get stuff for you.
Yeah, there was like a vault, and they were like, if you're interested in Animal Sex Journal issue number whatever, we have to get that compilation out of a locked vault. And I was like, well, what? And so I had to have a guy get in there, and I read some article about like testosterone goats having sex with each other. And, oh shit, I didn't even need to pick up the climbing gloves there. I meant to pick up the bombs. This has been a disaster. This is like what not to do in Spelunky. Not talk about...
This has been the greatest conversation.
Animals and bird sex or whatever.
Okay, anyway.
We're just going all out. Screw this guy.
When I was sitting there waiting, like, they did have public stuff on display, and I actually got to read, like, articles that were fairly cool, the contents of which I don't exactly remember, probably because they were locked in a vault. But this library contained the greatest amount of information and the greatest
What are you trying to say?
number of articles about sexuality.
I read an article that was an account by a Swede of a duck that had sex with another male duck that was dead.
Okay.
Sorry, I interrupted you. That felt really relevant.
Anyway, this library contains like a greater number of like articles than any other library about sexuality. The only like stockpile of articles that's even greater is actually like in the Vatican, where they've confiscated.
Oh yeah,
this
that's true.
And it's the most interesting thing ever. I mean, actually going to the library is pretty boring, but like the stuff that was in there is really interesting. Like I wish I could stay all day and like read it, because it's absolutely fascinating, and I don't know. But
they obviously didn't want just like random undergrads coming in there and poking around, which is why they wouldn't let you get the material without.
You know they would.
Well, of course.
Especially because that like Kinsey movie came out like during.
Yeah, and they're like, oh god, we gotta lock this place down now.
We gotta hire more people for like security.
More librarians to come in and make sure nobody's screwing around. Yeah, so
Man, I haven't thought about that experience in so long. Anyway, so your project. Like AJ like went up there. Anyway.
No, they know my name.
Okay. He went up there to present this project that he did about male pair bonding, whatever, in penguins. He did it like totally straight faced, right?
Well, that's because I took it seriously from a scientific perspective.
Right. And like it was the hardest thing to listen to because like
number of times that I alluded to male penguins having sex with male penguins. Well, I did that a lot. Let's just say, and everybody, and
we
so
weren't like super mature at that point. Like nobody was actually really super mature.
That's true.
But it was just really
bad situation.
I don't think it was like the actual like content of your presentation. I think it was just like the question as to why you would choose that. And we knew it was because it was like the most absurd topic that you could think of.
It wasn't the most absurd. It was just interesting to me, and I did it on a whim, and I didn't know what I should be doing.
I know, but like
we're going to the secret level here, by the way. It's
what could you possibly pick that would have been more I don't know how to put it, like more like whimsical or
whimsical?
Funny. Like I can't you have this ability to like deliver information with this completely straight face that like that like other people like can't take you seriously when it is that you're delivering the information, even if the information is like totally like neutral.
Okay.
So let me give another example. In high school, AJ decided to wear pigtails.
You shouldn't share these personal facets of...
Really?
No, it's fine.
He decided to wear pigtails to school. And he had really long hair. His dad helped him.
Oh, that was the worst. My dad was just like, I don't even know how to do this anymore, and it looked pathetic. It looked like I'd done it myself, which is... I'm thankful about, I guess.
He went around all day with these pigtails. Well, he went to physics class at one point. And he's like answering questions like completely... There was nothing bizarre about the way that he looked.
There wasn't. People, they choose to look different ways.
It was just super unusual for you.
Did I just die?
Okay, so AJ was
big
like
surprise.
AJ was he's supposed to be like I don't know, like a role model, and this is a super competitive high
Okay,
school.
we're gonna be ending this video soon, so you gotta finish this story.
Okay, and he's supposed to, so like he's seen as like a model student. He was salutatorian, whatever. But on the senior year, he decided that he was going to do this. And so he went to his physics class, and I don't remember the rest of the story, but like...
There isn't much of a story. You just want to talk about me doing something embarrassing in front of the world. And by the world, it's like the 200 people who are Magic the Gathering fans who decided to watch a game other than Magic the Gathering. So, yeah. I'm not playing through a whole other one because we gotta end this video. I'm sure it's getting really long.
Tell him what you did.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I wore pigtails.
You answered this question about velocity, right?
Well, I'm sure net force equals 0, whatever.
And then, like, the teacher asked a question, AJ, like, totally answers it straight-faced with, like, all this extra information.
Extra information? No, I'm not an ass. I just answered the question. I was a good student. I wasn't a creep.
You were answering a particularly difficult question. And the professor looks at it and just breaks out into laughter. And it just
says, wow, that's really disturbing.
Like, that's one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen in my life. And, like, the whole class breaks out in laughter. And
The story's not interesting and it's over. You're ruining it.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But I do remember a teacher pulling you aside and saying you were a disgrace to the...
I don't think he said disgrace.
He said that he was going to suspend you.
He said if you do this again, I'll suspend you because you're making a mockery of our school or something. And I was like, really? I didn't really do this for political reasons. I'm not sure why I did it. Anyway, that's enough about me. This video is over. We'll end it right when I get hit by this arrow trap. Let's see if we can do it.